Let's see about FSH. What is FSH? FSH, the full form is follicle stimulating hormone. Now what produces FSH? FSH is produced by the anterior pituitary. What is the role of FSH? After production pituitary. What is the after production by the anterior pituitary? What does the FSH do? So for that you can remember the mnemonic A, I and S. So FSH will stimulate the release of aromatase. FSH will stimulate the release of inhibin, as well as FSH will stimulate sperm production as well as the ovum production. So now what produces the aromatase? So if you see the Sertoli cells as well as the ovarian granulosa cells. So where do you have the ovarian granulosa cells? Say this is the ovary, and here we have the ovum, which is inside the Graafian follicle. The ovum is developing. So surrounding the ovum we have granulosa cells. So these granulosa cells will be releasing aromatase. So they are the granulosa cells and they will be releasing the aromatase. What produces testosterone? The luteinizing hormone will act on the theca interna. So this is the theca externa cell and the inner layer is the theca interna cell. The theca interna will be producing the testosterone. This is in females. So what does the aromatase do? The aromatase will convert the testosterone to estrogen. This is the role of aromatase. But whereas in males, the seminiferous tubules, let's see a cross section of the seminiferous tubules. We have the Sertoli cells. The Sertoli cells will be producing the sperm. Just like how the granulosa cells are producing the ovum, the Sertoli cells are necessary to produce the sperm. In addition to it, the Sertoli cells will also be producing aromatase. And here the Leydig cells, the luteinizing hormone acts on the Leydig cells and this produces testosterone. Aromatase, which is produced by the Sertoli cells, will act on the testosterone and it will convert it to estrogen. So this is how the aromatase acts. The aromatase is produced by the Sertoli cells as well as the granulosa cells, converting the testosterone to estrogen. And S stands for sperm and ovum. Once the follicle stimulating hormone has been released, it will stimulate the Graafian follicle as well as the release of the ovum. The third point is the inhibin. The inhibin acts as a negative feedback. That is, when it is produced in excess, it will stop the follicle stimulating hormone. So inhibin is the one which is responsible for the negative feedback. So this is about the follicle stimulating hormone and the hormones that it produces. What is the role of aromatase? As I told you, it will cause the conversion of testosterone to estrogen. What are aromatase inhibitors? Aromatase inhibitors are those which will inhibit the aromatase. So they are the anastrozole and exemestane. Anastrozole and exemestane are the aromatase inhibitors. What tumor produces gynecomastia? So here the basic concept is that in gynecomastia it is because of increased estrogen. So the tumor has to produce increased estrogen, or the tumor is supposed to produce increased testosterone, and that has to get converted to estrogen. So if aromatase is produced in excess, which can happen in granulosa cell tumor, then aromatase can be produced in excess by the granulosa cells. Therefore this aromatase can convert the testosterone produced by the theca interna cells and interna cells, and therefore it can produce more estrogen, resulting in gynecomastia. But this is about females. In males, where the gynecomastia happens, it can be because of in females it can be because of granulosa cell tumor. In males it can be because of Leydig cell tumor. So when we have a Leydig cell tumor, then the Leydig cells is producing excess of testosterone, which gets converted to estrogen by the aromatase, which is produced by the Sertoli cells. So therefore the gynecomastia can be because of granulosa cell tumor or Leydig cell tumor. Now what causes the closure of the growth plate? The closure of the growth plate is caused by estrogen. So in males, the testosterone that is produced is converted into estrogen by the aromatase, and which causes the closure of the growth plate. So this is in short about the follicle stimulating hormone and the hormones that it produces.